So, is it Angeles City or City of Angels? As the same, if you put like a Vegas, I mean Las Vegas, if you change the name to the New Jerusalem, would you do that? Most likely not. So, but this video is not about putting down a beautiful city of the beautiful city of Angeles City. Different history, of course, different history than Las Vegas. We compare these two places. They have similarities of what how things work, right? What's the main focus of these two cities? Of course, Las Vegas has a reputation of, and they take pride of it by saying Sin City. They take pride, and they even advertise. These big, huge corporations advertise this Sin City, and they say, well, whatever happened in Vegas, it stays in Vegas. No, it doesn't. At the end of days, there's gonna be a judgment day of what everything went on there, of course. But that is not like I'm not trying to be too like judgmental here. This is not a video, judging other people. I'm just, but we have to just get the real context of what's, if we compare these two cities, how they became what they are today. Like Red Street, of course, Angeles City was named before what's Red Street today. Before, in history, of course, over 100 years ago, there was no such thing as Red Street, but there was Angeles City, right? There was. We know that the U.S. Air Base, U.S. Army base, nearby in the vicinity. Um, well, if you have 5,000 servicemen, mostly men, and back then, of course, many years ago, when recruitment in the U.S. Army and U.S. Armed Forces were basically 99% men. Very few female recruiters were uh, on the armed force, especially if they want to be deployed to a foreign land like the Philippines. So many years ago, like over 100 years ago, they have that air base, base of the U.S. Armed Forces. That of course, if there were 6,000 servicemen they had to have the day off, couple of days off, and they had to go to town. They needed some like entertainment, if you wanna call. Of course, they could be different entertainment, the way of entertaining the troops. But just like any army base, the United States has many army bases all over the world, and nearby, of course, there is economic benefits. There is, where they can shop, they can go to restaurant. Many of these service men, they have, they have their wife, they have their families. So nothing wrong with taking their families to small villages or small nearby town, nearby these army bases, right? So that's how everything started with what is today called Red Street, what is today called the center of the entertainment of the Philippines, the main entertainment center of the Philippines. What is the main entertainment of the United States? Vegas, right? Las Vegas, Nevada, the state of Nevada. But this is just a different history here, because if you, I mean, if you really think about what Nevada is nearby, the neighboring state is California. Just the California budget, the California is richer than the 10 richest country in the world. I mean, the number 10, of course, in scale. Just California, the state of California, the budget is bigger than Italy, for instance, or Spain. I mean, it's so rich. It's a rich state. Then another super rich, oil rich state in Texas is just nearby too. So it's not because there was a lack of employment for people, in Nevada, that how Vegas started, which is not far away. This happens mostly after World War II. The Second War, uh, in which many people came back from the war, and of course there was a big situation going on. I mean, financial crisis going on in the United States also, but there were some people with vision how to that in the middle of the desert to create this. Well, there was small town Las Vegas, but to really make the national, the main entertainment center of the United States. So that's how everything started in the middle of the desert. If you're in Las Vegas and look everywhere, it's just desert. I mean, nothing really entertaining, natural entertainment. Nothing really. The landscape is just flat landscape going this way, that way, other. But how everything, started with Las Vegas is very different. But when I mentioned California, Texas, so rich states, in the richest country in the world, of course, uh, it wasn't for a lack of employment in this part of the United States. I mean, in the state of Nevada, but there were some people who wanted to make developments and make they had the vision to do this. I mean, to create jobs, of course, and to make them more rich, make them richer than they are today, of course. These are huge corporations, huge hotel, chains that they have. They're making billions and billions a year. Of course, this creates a lot of employment. But the idea of that you can get. I mean, let's if you're talking about family values. Of course, many families live in Las Vegas. It's not about seeing everything. It's not about people, prostitution and all kinds of things that are going on. There are many families who live. Many families with family values. Just in the Philippines, in Angeles City. There are many churches in Angeles City too, but as the things go, going forward, and we have to think a little bit backwards too, and think about how everything started, right? And Angeles City, where there was, lack of employment for many people, even from nearby provinces, people came to Angeles City for a lack of employment in their own villages, and many people came, and from a village of 10,000 people now it's 150, over 200,000 people that live in the nearby vicinity in that city, and of course the thousands and thousands and thousands of foreigners that comes to the city of Angeles City, not now it's called, to have for vacation, mostly for vacation, not really to settle down, right? Nothing wrong with it. People can settle down. Myself, I could settle down in Angeles City, like a place, or Vegas, Nevada. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying something is hugely wrong. All I'm saying is here, the point I'm trying to make is that the two cities has different history. So different, one is because of lack of employment. But in Vegas, I mean, you have so many, richest state nearby, like I mentioned, Texas, like I mentioned, California. I mean, these, even Nevada, I mean, there was the gold rush of the 1800s. The first settlers, I mean, if you go back to history, the first settlers that settled in that part of the world, there was a gold, there was other way of employment, other way to make it happen, for that American dream that everybody is talking about, right? That nowadays, with this financial crisis and going on through the world, and especially United States, that now things are very unstable, and but the country eventually will come out of it, most likely. We know. I mean, things are very shaky, but well, we'll see. Uh, so by saying that, Angeles City is going to keep growing. There's no doubt. While uh, tourism is declining in Vegas, which has declined already like over 12%. 12% means millions of tourists that has stopped coming just in last 4 months of 2025, especially Canadians, Europeans, and even and South Americans. I mean, if there's the situation of many South Americans comes as a visitors, as simple, to make to be to visit Vegas, to have to come to celebrate their weddings, anniversaries, and just like everybody else. The idea that everybody, in mainstream media floating around, some not all mainstream media, but some of it, that everybody's south of the border, like 600 million people lives south of the Mexican border, going from Mexico to Argentina, including Brazil, all these countries, South American countries, Caribbean, even Caribbean, Central America. The idea that everybody's criminal, everybody dark skin, like a looking at like a minority Latino or criminals, this has been nonsense. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to float the idea that everybody that speaks Spanish is like in a way they're guilty of something. which is not. So many beautiful people live in Latin America, and that's we have to be honest. Hopefully, I'm not offending anybody here, but it's been floating around, for in recent years, not just this year, 2025, but in recent years, it's been floating around the idea of that south of the border, everybody's like just bad people, which is not. And that's I just want to make sure that I have it, I have it, I say it with a clear accent, clear conscience of what I'm saying. So, but so after 39 million people came to Vegas to visit, 39 million people is lots of people coming to Vegas last year, 2024. If that decline comes to 30 million, many people are going to lose their jobs. Many people are losing it already. That kind of like there's only 25% decline of tourism coming to Las Vegas. The state can just crumble. The state can just collapse. In the meantime, in Angeles City, Philippines, which is of course a small time, it's like a Las Vegas. Angeles City, Philippines is like a Las Vegas Junior, very much. There are casinos, there are entertainment, there are 24-hour, entertainment all over the city, very much. But of course, hopefully, there's all these regulations, and how the city is going to be developed. But this is going on, in good standing, as well as long as it's organized, very, well, and people are very smart in Angeles City. They of course, they're going to come up with many division of how to make great, not just Red Street entertainment business, but other people, other developments, and we can see new buildings, new popping up all over Angeles City, and hopefully that will drive prices down for many people who want to rent. But people can still rent for $150 apartment, in nearby Red Street, not just like a couple miles away from Red Street, this famous uh, the area of entertainment. People are still renting for $150 a month. And people, there are some new development, new real estate developing through the city, and it hasn't exploded yet to make it harder for newcomers to come. So it's still a good option. When I mentioned that Angeles City is not like saying the city of angels, I'm not trying to put it down or try to put it down the city. All I'm saying is that there could be even more. There could be more people, not just people, visitors for days or weeks that just want a different kind of entertainment. This Angeles City, so with the beautiful weather, with the beautiful people who live there, is still family oriented. With when I see, the when I see Filipinas, female especially, young Filipinas saying that they are family oriented and they live in Angeles City, I think I believe that. I believe that it's for real. Of course, there are other Filipinos who could be scammers, of course. But in the Red Street, it's very hard to. Honestly, you're not gonna find like a. It's possible. I'm not blaming any. I'm not accusing anybody. Like try to blame somebody who works at a bar. But I'm just saying that it'll be easier in different part of the city. Somebody working at the mall, at the supermarket, or that could be your future girlfriend or future wife. That doesn't mean that people can rent them themselves. I mean, they could be working for necessity. I mean, they need for employment. Many single moms work at the Red Street. Who am I to say that they shouldn't do it? I mean, I'm not here to be like a Pharisee. I'm not. Jesus came for the people who are lost. If they feel like they're lost for something, we love them, of course. I mean, Jesus loved this. Love people who are lost, those who the outcasts of society. I'm not saying they're outcasts. All I'm saying is that no, there's always chance for redemption for people working in different businesses like that. And of course, they want a different job too. But if there are not too many jobs options, that's the only job they can find. I respect that. I respect a single mom working in a place like that wants to feed their children. Why not? I mean, who am I to say anything bad of these people, like those people working there? So um, the potential of Angeles City is huge, while in Vegas is declining. The number of tourists, coming to Vegas to the entertainment strip, but Angeles City is booming, and it will keep booming as the city of Angeles City, the Philippines. It does diversify in like different factories. people talking about call centers. Nobody talks about the new call centers has been installed. New business companies, tech companies installing in Angeles City. So there could be many opportunity of employment different than being Red Street. So I do mention Red Street. Why? Because it's been the topic of all these uh, YouTubers competing like crazy to put on Angel City on the map. But just mentioning it's like everything comes coming from Red Street, from Angel City, is about Red Street, about the girls and everything that's going on there. So it seems that it make it sound and it looks like it just like that there only be like that kind of life there. I mean that kind of way of life there, which is not true. There are so many tech companies investing in Angeles City, new developments, a new job creation, for those as long as new apartment buildings are coming out, popping up all through Angeles City, and new developments, new real estate developments, new tech companies, popping up in Angeles City and the surrounding areas. There will be more. There is more other ways of making a living in Angeles City, which is different than Vegas. Vegas is everything about entertainment, everything about building more hotels, everything about developing, but for entertainment, mostly for entertainment industry, which is different from Angeles City. That they're looking for the future. There are many colleges in Vegas too. I'm not blaming. I'm not saying everything in Vegas is bad. There are some Ivy League universities in Vegas that nobody's talking about because everything there is always about the Sin City, and that's the way. Well, that's the way the city advertises itself and takes pride of it. Even public officials try to promote the idea of that nothing, that everything that happens in Vegas stay in Vegas. Think about that. I mean, which is very sad in a way, sad, but there's opportunity for thousands, not hundreds of thousands of people for employment. So not why not, right? But I wanted to just make that comparison in this video, and that Angel City has a great future, and Vegas too. If they change a little bit, the way they make business, they do business there, and the new vision of of leaders of that state. So thanks God for today. So beautiful. It's cloudy in this part of the world, but thank God for today, and I bless you all, guys. My God bless you all, and we love them all. I mean, I'm talking here about two different cities that lots of things going on, but the mercy of God is so strong. The love of God is so strong that people say that God's going to be judging all these people, but there's still time. This is the grace period in Christianity, in which each one of us, each one of people who work in these industries, if they think that they're working in a way that doesn't please God, they have the opportunity and chance to come to Jesus Christ. So I'll leave you with that message today, and it was in my heart a couple of hours ago. I didn't even plan to do this video today, but I don't know, it was bothering I had something developed in my heart to talk to, because I think about those people in Angeles City. My heart goes to them. People working on Red Street, people who are very much in great necessity. I mean, they have lack of. I mean, some of them maybe they didn't even finish high school or elementary school. People can hardly read. Beautiful girls, 21 years old, 20-year-old girl, that can be lost. Yes, but the fury of God, when this grace period ends, but right now there is opportunity for all of us, to really look into ourselves, inside ourselves, and do the right thing and repent and come to Jesus Christ. And everything should will be peaceful, will be easier, meaning not that Christians don't have tribulation. Of course we do it through it every day. Every day we go through different things that happen, bad things, good things, but just knowing that we're with Jesus and He will take care of us. He does take care of us, not that He will, He's taking care of us already. So thanks again, and God bless you all, and you have a great evening. See you in the next video.